Leo, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Yes, it is for Leo sun, moon, and rising sign. I'm going to give you a bit of the astrology, always tell you about the astrology and how it's impacting you, and read the cards. So remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Leo content comes out every single Friday at 8:30 a.m. That is Pacific time. Yeah, I also always create an extended reading. I hope you guys will join me for it. That link is in the description box below, and I will also eventually pin it to the top of the comments to make it easier for you to find. And please do join me for my daily tarot card readings on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link above. It's a general reading and it's a live chat, and I'd love to have you guys there. Why am I pensive about the astrology? It's a challenging time for you guys. It's challenging to force you to change. That's exactly what the pressure points are about. The sun is now in Leo, so that actually is almost like if you're going to be attacked anywhere, be attacked at your home, because you know it well, you're most secure there, you know it inside and out, you've got the home field advantage. But there's challenges coming in, and that is a huge challenge from this Mars Uranus North Node conjunction, which is all about, damn it, challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone. You are being pushed out of your comfort zone. But you have, and then later on in the week, you'll be in direct opposition to Saturn. And both of those things are going to last to mid-month, to the end of the month. So it's not like this is just a quick turnaround type of thing, but you are going to be under a pressure cooker to absolutely change and take on authority. Take on the authority role and show how much you've grown, and if you haven't grown, right? Why do I know this? Because you have some help. You have a trine to Chiron. The sun is trying to Chiron. The sun is now trying to Jupiter for the beginning of this week. There's help. There's almost like a willingness to learn and grow. You may be forced out of your comfort zone in terms of actually having to go somewhere or travel somewhere that you didn't expect. But it's your experiences, and I like that trine to Chiron, because it's the experiences that sort of make you comfortable with your failings or your misgivings or your weaknesses, the things that you've been through, and this comfort level that you've developed, being in harmony with the fact that with all of the things that have happened to you, and accepting, yeah, these are my weak points, is really going to help you throughout this time to not explode, but instead to grow and expand. So clear out the clutter. This is a card, it's Cancerian energy, so it's especially about just clearing out the clutter from the past, the bullshit from the past, the pain and suffering. You can't do anything about the past, Leo, in no way, shape, or form. In fact, memories are the most deceptive fantasies in the world. And I say that because the past doesn't exist anymore. There's nothing you can do about it. But memories are things that you think happened. But the truth is, you never actually remember them the way they actually were. It's always through the filter that your mind puts it so it's most comfortable for you. So you might be getting kicked out of those things that you remembered in a different way. It's almost like waking up and realizing they weren't that way. So it's time to get rid of them. It's time to just put them in the past, or confront an aspect of the past that really needs to be forgiven, released, let go. We have electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. This is you clearing out the bullshit so the stuff that's important actually gets through, right? Your ideas, you have ideas based on stuff that you had to release. So in other words, that's that Chironic energy of I've learned, and because of what I've learned, I can tell you what needs to go and what needs to stay. You are almost in some ways prioritizing and prioritizing and being able to sift through, this matters, this doesn't. And I'm not going to like continue to hold on to what doesn't. Let me get rid of whatever's in my way, because the future is what matters. Bring your ideas to life based on the experiences from your past. Like, what are those ideas? What are those thoughts? What are your hunches, or what have you learned through your experiences? There's something that's kicking off, like something that you realize from the past. Okay. A rebirth is assured. This is beautiful energy, meaning you're finally able to unravel yourself, unveil yourself. And if you see the image here, I know it's a bat, not a butterfly, but it's like coming out of the cocoon shape, coming out of that protective state or that stasis mode, and waking up and spreading one wing after another. So it's almost like the new version of yourself is emerging after this pressure cooker period that's really challenging. Can you be okay with what you've been through? There is always enough. This is Pisces energy. It means this is a very emotional time, but it's also a time when you are driven to create. So there's a lot of things in you that are pouring out of you. It's a very creative energy. And it's creative based on experience, based on what you know, having authority over what you know. There is some stress. It could have to do with a father figure, some stress or pressure that puts on you, in conjunction with realizing, not in conjunction, like literal, like I should say that differently. Along with, because that opposition between Saturn and Leo is happening simultaneously with that square between that huge conjunction. So the energy is like this. It's like the focal point, the pressure point of who are you and what have you become and why have you become that, and what do you want to be, not based on what happened in your past, but based on what you've learned from what happened in your past. And there's a big difference between what happened in your past and what you've learned from it, because lessons are really the only part of the past that we should be taking with us, because lessons from the past are actually our future. It's actually determining how we reinvent and reconstruct ourselves. And this is how we grow. And Saturn is about I was going to say it's all about, have you learned your lessons? Because there's something karmic here. There's something karmic going down, a karmic cycle coming around. And that's what might hurt. And that's what might spur you into action and wake you up and make you realize that you could have been repeating the past. This sense of, are you really so different than what you grew up in or the pressures you were put under? This could be when you actually have to confront the fact that you have continued a karmic cycle, but it will become clear. It will become so clear that it's there. It'll become so clear that you have to confront it, that you're not going to get around or be able to cut any corners. You have to confront this. And why is the universe doing this to you? To liberate you. You know, Uranus is a great liberator, and it's conjunct to Mars right now, so it's not going to take no for an answer. It's tired of the restrictions and constraints based on, stuff that you were stuck with, or stuff that, you're still hashing over or reliving. It's tired of that. So you have to confront it to release it. Okay, so that's where we kind of begin the reading. I'm serious. No easy week right here, right now. But what I love is that there is a sense of kind of empathy and compassion it's compassion, really, that those trines to Jupiter and Chiron is like compassion. That's basically it. And it's almost saying, hey, be compassionate to yourself. Be compassionate to yourself, because in a lot of ways, until you realized it, there was nothing you could do about it. So now that you've realized it, this doesn't make any sense. Self-hatred is just holding on to the past. It's like, how can I torment myself? Well, that's not going to get you anywhere. And what you need is results and progress. And it's a wonderful time to have to confront Saturn or have to confront your past when you're also square to Uranus conjunct Mars conjunct Uranus, which is a time when you're ready for change, you want change, and you see freedom and being liberated from all that shit, all that karma, as a good thing. You know, it's like, but it's almost like in some ways that might be challenging or causing like a clog in you being able to liberate yourself. And that's why you're willing to confront it. I don't know what it is, but spiritual strength and trapped in fear have come up. So this is really trying to bring you back to faith and back to God. And God is your perception of the universe. Whatever you want to call it, whatever pronoun, I don't care. However many gods you want to see. It is your version of how it's, God is basically our, whatever concept of God you have. But it is, you're trapped in fear. You're afraid of just letting go and putting your faith in something. And you're starting to realize why you're afraid of that. It's as if you're afraid of relinquishing the control of something. It's almost like, in a sense, you're not sure God would be there for you, or God would support you, or God would love you, which means you're being very, very judgmental and hard on yourself. And so you are perpetuating this almost like suffering in silence. Or you're talking about or trying to help people, or you have ideas to heal people who are suffering in silence and continue to suffer and struggle with these weights that are coming down on them, and they're afraid that there is no hope. That's really interesting. Heartache and loss. So this definitely has to do with a tremendous sense of sorrow, a tremendous sense of maybe grieving, maybe mourning. It's this crushing sense of sorrow or fear that you have. Maybe you're afraid of losing somebody. You're afraid of, if you realize this about yourself or about the situation, it might break your heart, or it might break somebody else's heart. Okay, I want to get specifics here. Well, I have to pull the moon card because it's very important. Coming next week is the full moon in Aquarius. And I remember I told you last week to look back 6 months. What were you doing on the new moon to Aquarius? This is a time when it really comes full circle. Your hard work is paying off. I don't know. This feels like PTSD. It really does. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So that's that Capricornian energy of Saturn opposite the sun, is all the stress you've been under, all the things, all the hardships you've been putting yourself under. But it's somehow paying off. But what is paying off? I need some clarification. What are they suffering? Who's suffering in silence? What is this? What is this? Dreams and wishes coming true? Yeah. Oh! Suffering in silence. I asked for clarification. And the clarification is what you have wished for, what you hoped the outcome would be, and maybe even the new start you were hoping for is actually, you're going to get it. You've actually come full circle to be somebody completely different. So these are growing pains, because it's like you're feeling what the caterpillar feels when the caterpillar is in the cocoon and it's about to bust out of that cocoon. And these are the growing pains that comes before your wings have to spread, and now they're so tight and feel so trapped. But it's because there's more of you and you can't sit in that little space anymore. So you are really about to spread your wings and fly. This is a life-changing time for you, and by the end of Leo season, you will have basically metamorphosized into this new version of yourself. So the pressure cooker that you are in right now is, I know this is going to sound horrible, but it's something that you have to grin and bear. I am not talking about physical ailments. If you are in physical pain, disclaimer, get your ass to a fucking doctor. Ask and see what the hell is going on and why you're feeling what you're feeling. Absolutely. But everything that you're experiencing now is the outcome of you ready to shed old skin. It's like you're feeling too squeezed. You're feeling too restricted. You're feeling too confined. And you've got to like push that off and get out of there and go beyond that. And that trine to Jupiter might even give you an opportunity for sort of like being able to jump over the rails and have the courage to, you know, well, first of all, have faith. It's basically saying to you, have faith. Have faith, because this is actually something that's healing you, not hurting you. That's what it's saying. Have faith. That's what it is. Spiritual strength, suffering in silence, and it will continue, but not for long. You'll be happy that you did what you did and you went through what you went through. So in some ways, this is, maybe you're active in it. Maybe you're working really hard on something, or you've been working really hard on yourself. And you know, it's almost like, you know, working out and deciding to get up every morning and deciding to make those changes, or, you know, to whatever, your diet routine. This is also a good time to do that and to start that. To initiate those new things, because they will take full effect, and it's almost like you'll maximize the impact of whatever you do now. Okay. Leo. What'd I say? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, shit. Come on. I fucking hate when Pisces... I don't like when that card comes out, because it's all about, like, having to recognize and realize your addictions, or the things that you've been doing that have been bringing you down, and to basically use faith to help bring you up. Even if you can't find faith in yourself, find faith outside of yourself to have something to reach for. And then this is innovation. So it could be that there's a leap of faith to invent something, or through this journey of faith, you invent something, because that goes along with this energy of bring your ideas to life and have faith in them, or whatever you've invented is going through growing pains. It's like if you ever hear those stories of George Lucas and making of Star Wars, the original Star Wars movie, it put him in the hospital. By the end of the 3 movies, it ruined his marriage. Like it's the kind of thing where what you're creating right now is extraordinary, but it's taking every single last piece of you, because it's the old you. And you're becoming the new you. And that's why you can't stop. You absolutely cannot stop. You've got to keep going, and every part of you knows that. Look at what we have. Apollo is the sun. You are shining. You are the star. And you have innovated and jumped over the rails. I thought of this card when I said that to you, and then it came out. And I think that's fucking nuts. Right? Go outside of your boundaries. Go outside of your borders. Go past. Like the North Node is forcing you to get outside of your comfort zone. Especially with things that you already think that you're good at. It's almost like saying, well, try something that you're not good at. Or try something that's difficult for you. Okay, you did all the fun stuff, and now you got to get to the nitty gritty and the bullshit. And you have to get through this bullshit to pass the course. And you've done all the work that you really love, and you've done that up front. And now it's time to really break the mold and do all the shit work. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, you know, you love what you do, but you leave all the shitty stuff till last. And that's why it feels so hard and feels so horrible. But you're going to get through it, and it's going to help you jump the rail and sort of go, you know, go be big, go huge. Apollo is about debuting something, the light shining on you, or stepping into the sunshine, in being creative. So you're definitely innovating and working on something new, and you might be expanding past, and you are definitely expanding outside of your comfort zone and your boundaries, whatever those boundaries were. It could even be that you are traveling outside of the country, going foreign, going international. But this has got to do with innovation, having faith. I need clarity. What is it? What does this have to do with? So we have, I don't know, something you invested in a while ago. You were well educated in it. You were well versed in it. You put a lot of effort into it. Now your ships are finally coming in. You're finally getting it back. The Emperor is here, which is like maybe even getting back your energy, getting back your sense of who you are. Like reclaiming the sense of who you are, this new sense of who you are, this new person that's taking charge. And then we have the Star card, which is all your dreams and all your wishes and all your aspirations. And it could very well be that they kind of leveled up too, that maybe you were thinking too small. This is also a sense of there may be an Aries that's come into your life. It may be an Aries that solves everything for you, or a father figure. And then it's this. Why does this happen? After all these beautiful energy, still feeling like you've been left behind. So you've created some great things, but in some ways that has isolated you. And it's true. It's like giving birth. It's like your dreams are going to cost you everything. Your new self is your new life cost you your old one. And with that, I want to go to the extended, and I will see you guys there. The links are below.